Welcome to our final segment of the show. We're going to hear from Molly Blankenship from the Chamber and Chattanooga 2.0 about how companies are continuing to support employees post-pandemic.
Hi, my name is Molly Blankenship, and I'm the Executive Director of Chattanooga 2.0. And I am so pleased to come back together with you a year later at the Chamber's Expo event and talk to you about just how our community is coming together and will continue to come together to meet challenges and seize opportunities that are ahead of us. Last time I was with you, I told you a story about how out-of-school time providers, nonprofits, had worked together with childcare agencies and the school system to weather this challenging time and meet the needs of children and students and families across our community. And so today, I'm so excited to provide you with an update on that work, but also give you an update on where we are today, what the challenges are that are still ahead of us, and what the opportunities are that we have and that you have, especially as employers, to help us seize them and to help build a better and more resilient community as we move forward. If you recall, last time I was with you, I told you a story about out-of-school time providers like the YMCA, Girls Inc., Northside Neighborhood House, and so many others, working alongside Hamilton County Schools and Chattanooga 2.0 to expand summer learning during the summer of 2020 to make sure that our public school students had learning enrichment that not only mitigated the learning loss caused by COVID-19, but gave them a leg up for the year ahead and for their future entry into the workforce, their future lives. And together, those out-of-school time providers in Hamilton County Schools served over 5,000 students in this community that otherwise would not have received that vital learning enrichment and vital support. So we're so proud and excited and grateful for that progress. I also told you about some of the challenges that the childcare industry is facing. And I'll talk more about that today because it's still the wolf at our door. But together, this community raised a fund called the Quality Matters Fund that has granted 13 child care providers in our community over $395,000 that they can use to make capital improvements within their child care programs to increase the quality of the services that they offer to working families like those that you employ. We're again so glad and so grateful for that work because it has meant that we have wider access to high quality child care in this community, that we can maintain greater continuity of our workforce, and then we can continue to build momentum in this important work. And today, out-of-school time providers are continuing to work with Hamilton County Schools to expand access to after-school programming and to summer learning, especially for our public school students who need it most, those who are economically disadvantaged, who have parents who are both working or may come from a marginalized background. And right now, they're building a plan for how we will reach even more students this summer, give them the summer learning enrichment, the social and emotional support that they need to be ready for the year ahead and be ready for their bright futures that we all know are on the other side of this challenging time. And so too, child care providers and nonprofits working in the early learning space are continuing to collaborate together. They are conducting needs assessments around what we really need in terms of child care access as a community. They are excited to work with Mayor-elect Tim Kelly on developing really high impact and transformative early childhood policies, and continuing to keep their eye on the prize and making sure that there is widespread, equitable access to high-quality early childhood services so that we can increase the number of students who are ready to learn when they arrive at school and ultimately are successful. So we're making progress, and we have a lot to be proud of in this community for the work that we've done in years past, but especially for the way that we've come together and utilized the relationships that we have, the nonprofit infrastructure that we have to weather the COVID-19 pandemic and all of its many disruptions and impacts. We're holding up the weight of this thing, we truly are. But we have challenges that still face us. We have opportunities to build something better with the lessons that we've learned during this time. And that's what I want to spend the remainder of my time sharing with you a little bit more about. And I really want to focus my time on childcare because I think it is such a critical issue, especially for employers to have on their radar. Early childhood is the foundation of our workforce development efforts in this community. It is the starting place for all of our efforts to build really robust and effective talent pipelines. 90% of brain development happens in the first 5 years of life. And so the soft skills that we're all talking about with employers every day in this community that we know that we need the ability to self-regulate, to cooperate, to communicate, those skills are incubated and developed in those first 5 years of life. And so intervention in those first 5 years offers the greatest return on investment. Every study shows it. The greatest return on investment for any work that we can do in education and long-term, bold talent development. Not only is it a workforce of tomorrow issue, and I expect that many of you already are thinking about where your company will be in 12 years. And so the work that we do today in early learning is imperative to that long-term success and those goals that you see before yourself. Not only is this work critical to that idea and that frame where we're headed in the long term, it's also a pressing issue facing us today. It is a workforce of today issue. Over the past year, over 3 million women alone, have left the workforce due to childcare issues. It doesn't capture the number of men or caretakers in general who have left. And so the disruption caused by the strains on the childcare industry that during this time have been widely felt by employers across our nation and especially in our community. And that trend has the capacity, the potential to continue if we don't seize this opportunity to be innovative and partner together to build a more robust and stabilized and sustainable childcare sector that not only builds a future-ready workforce for tomorrow, but helps us ensure that we can maintain continuity today. And so childcare, investments and partnerships in childcare are an investment not only in your future, but also in maintaining the workforce that you have and that you hope to retain today during such a tight labor market and challenging economic time. And so in closing, I want to share with you a couple ideas of how you can seize this opportunity with us, where there are opportunities to make a difference, both in the long-term outcome of our students and in maintaining and supporting the workforce that we have today. The first is that I encourage you to reach out to us. Reach out to Chattanooga 2.0. You can go to our website at www.chat2.org. We would love to connect you with the early learning community in Chattanooga and Hamilton County and help facilitate partnerships and ideas of how we can support you in your efforts to maintain your workforce and build your workforce of tomorrow. Consider opportunities to partner with providers to subsidize childcare for your employees if you have the opportunity to do so. Think about opportunities like payroll deductions and other plans that help alleviate the financial burden on your employees so that they can make sure that their children are well cared for and enriched and growing their potential while they're contributing to your company and your bottom line. And I really believe that that's just the tip of the iceberg. And so again, I hope that you'll reach out to us. I hope that you'll engage with us and engage in a collaborative problem-solving process about how we can build a resilient childcare infrastructure here in Chattanooga and Hamilton County that not only will ensure our success today, but transform our future tomorrow. I thank you all so much for your partnership, for your service to our community during this challenging time, and I look forward to the opportunity to work with you moving forward and to support this community as it continues to reach and grow for something better. My name is Molly Blankenship. I'm the Executive Director of Chattanooga 2.0. Thank you for having me.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully, you've made some connections and learned a few things from our speakers. This virtual event is part of your Chamber's commitment to deliver value for our members, even in these strange times. We've got some events lined up for you this year. Some virtual, a few hybrid, and hopefully a couple of in-person events that are fully safe. We hope you'll join us for those. Here's to a brighter, hopeful year. I'm Donna L. See you then.